Like Jossy Aloba, Mohbad's father, like Pa Wigwe, the late Herbert Wigwe's father, Nigerians react as these uncommon stories online have caused reactions, debates, deep thoughts, and of course, looking at life from different perspectives. Hello, everyone. You're so much welcome. With all due respect to the parties involved, we know they are not, in quote, young people, especially Wigwe, the 90 years old father of late Albert Wigwe, and 59-year-old Adebamiwo Aloba, the father of late Mohbad Oluwa Promise Aloba. Now, these two men have lost their precious sons. They are breadwinners. They are torchbearers. With all due respect to the other siblings of these notable late men, we cannot deny the fact that Albert Wigwe is the breadwinner and torchbearer of his family, while Oluwa Mohbad is also the breadwinner and the torchbearer of his own family. Now, there comes a lot with breadwinner in a family, when they're able to rise above whatever circumstances the parents have, to be able to achieve something not just for themselves, bring a lot of laurels, a lot of goodwill, a lot of remarkable things to the family name. It carries a lot of responsibilities where you're faced with doing things the right way, or sometimes when you want to bend the other way, you try to retract and tell yourself that you need to keep the legacy. You need to build and keep the good name you're trying to build. Now, Mohbad passed on. Was the first to pass on, 12th September, about 2 years ago. And since then, what we've been seeing online have been so messy. So messy. Where do we start from? Is it from the father who quickly buried him the next day? When the Bale of Wigwe in Ikorodu, where he stays, fought against him being buried overnight because the father wanted to bury him at the midnight. And the Bale said, no, don't cause akufa in this community. Why do you want to do that in midnight? What happened to him? Can't it wait till the next day? The video is online for those of you who don't know about that part of the story. And he stubbornly buried him, and which a lot of Nigerians did not find interesting. Thanks to S0N'S NGO came out at that time to raise the voice, and the whole world started coughing to say, no, we want to know what actually led to the demise of this young 26-year-old talented musician. So yes, it was exhumed when the letter was written from S0N'S NGO to the government, and from then it's been Ula Balu of the family trying to, or wishing to go the direction of the bloggers who decide to take one side or the other side. And over time, the issue got beyond the Yabo and Tonto Dike, who were at the forefront, and even got to the level of, when the autopsy was done, to go and price the casket and to get a very pricey location where Mohbad will be buried, which Baba gave them the go-ahead to do at that time. But hey, before we knew it, Baba's blogger came to the forefront and tore everybody apart, dragging Yabo, dragging Toto, dragging their children, bringing their past to their faces, everyday cursing, pulling down. It didn't stop at that. Those ladies respectively decided to take some steps backwards. Because they got to a point where the casket was bought and the place for the burial was given like almost free of charge by one of the premium undertakers in Lagos State. And since then, it's been Baba talking, giving his life story. The mother of his children, that's Mohbad's mom, Adura's story, Blessing's story, everything was told to the blogger, who continually lay course, who continually rain abuses on everybody else. But Baba is the golden egg who does no wrong. Baba himself, apart from those things he told the blogger, Baba himself also agrees, because when anybody brings up a particular formula, Baba will take it hook, like and sinker. When they started bringing the fact that when BDM said Mohbad's son Liam was not for him and all of that, and the old world, some people started having contrary thoughts. Later, they said it's Sam Larry that has him, that he looks like Sam Larry. Later, they went to the revered Lagos king, Obagushi, the king of Ikate land in Lagos. And that was really messy. For several months, about 3 months, Kabiyesi didn't say anything. And Baba Mohbad went on Oyinmomo TV to say that, alleging that it was Kabiyesi that has the son, until Kabiyesi acted and decided to mop up that side. And it's been quiet from there. Nobody has been saying Liam belongs to Kabiyesi anymore. What else do we have to talk about? Do we have to mention the fact when Mohbad came out to say that Mohbad's son Liam, the 1-year-old Liam, looks older than him, who is in his late 50s? Or when he said his life became better when he lost Mohbad? Or when he said that Mohbad was using his glory, now he has taken his glory back? Which one should we say? Or at the beginning, when people were accusing him, seeing pictures of him wearing Mohbad's clothes, and maybe instead of him to have even tried to lie and say maybe Mohbad bought same type for him or something, he said yes, it's his son. They love each other so much, so he's free to wear his son's clothes. So a lot of these dirty things, which is very, very uncouth, which is culturally embarrassing as a Yoruba person, have all been said by Baba. Should we talk about when he started singing just about 4 or 5 months after his son died, and people are like, Baba, what's going on? Should we talk about when it was not receptive of the inconclusive report of the Lagos state government on the autopsy of his son, or when he did his own as well and same result of inconclusive came out? Or when he says that the son's wife was always knocking. So many things have come into play, and people are thinking, would you do this to the legacy of your late son? When he said his grandson has a bow leg, and they don't have bow leg in their family for a 1-year-old, or when his blogger started the heavy course on this innocent child, and he's also the one that said that 2 days before Mohbad died, he went to Mohbad's house and Mohbad carried the child and put it on his lap and took a picture with him. He said it with his mouth. Or when he told the blogger Tolani Oreni at the very beginning that he knows that son is for his Liam is for his son, and he doesn't have any doubt about that. So everything comes in teeth, bobs, and everything. Even when he said recently that his lawyer is caught in the imbroglio with his lawyer, and his lawyer doesn't want his lawyer anymore, he's moving to another one, so he doesn't have a lawyer at the moment. Things are just so messy. Now let's move to Pa Wigwe. The highly respectable man, highly educated, unlike Mr. Aloba, from the elite part of class of Nigeria, well educated, well exposed, well revered. But when his son passed away, nobody saw it coming that there would be a case where the 90-year-old Baba Wigwe would sue his surviving grandchild, Tochi Wigwe, 26-year-old woman, for his late son's properties, saying Baba wants 20% of the properties, and decided to sue. When the first rumor came out, of course, a lot of people were like, oh, this can't be true. How can a grandfather sue the granddaughter for inheritance of his late son? But before we knew it, like 3-4 days ago, we saw the court letters flying around. You can Google it and read it through. And people are like, how on earth? Baba, how many days do you have remaining? Yes, we can call it days. We are not God. But when you're in your 90s, every extra minute you're using is for you to make amends and to tidy up. Definitely, if you don't fight over this thing, what you're going to eat before you buy is already sorted. Because I don't think your granddaughter will watch you be in hunger or lack with all those heavy money that your son worked for. What if your son did not do a will? This is the fact that he has a will, and your two applications, Baba's application to the courts, was struck out to say no. The late Herbert has made his will that all his properties belongs to his children, and unfortunately, he died with his first son. Yeah, So that one is out of the case. Now, the other child is Tochi, the 26-year-old second child, and two other children who are said in quote to be adopted children, but in law, they are also entitled to the inheritance. So how on earth could sitting as a family would not be considered as an option rather than suing your own 26-year-old granddaughter? Is absurd. Is it still towards the Igbo culture that says that? Is it possible? Please tell us know, enlighten us in Igbo. Is it in accordance that a female child should not inherit the father's property? I'm not from the Igbo side, but I need an enlightenment, because maybe some things operate even in some part of Igbo's land and not in some other part. But for Albert to have done that, what if Albert is the one that only cried and the wife was alive? Would this kind of fight have taken place? Because of course you still want to fight the woman for her late husband's property if Chizoba, Albert's wife, is alive. The same energy you're using to fight this 26-year-old granddaughter is the same energy or even more that used to fight Chizoba for Wigwe's property. Why can't we learn to make our own also? Why can't these grandfathers leave their grandchildren alone? Why can't they respect the legacy that their late sons have painstakingly built? Why can't they just be contented and lead with all the wisdom that is required of them? In Africa, it is a taboo for a parent to inherit or to even fight over their son's property. It is absurd. It is unheard of. And history has written this in the sands of time. So what are we teaching the younger people? Well, let me go to this part of the argument. People are saying that it's not Papa that is actually in the forefront. That is, what's it called? The siblings of Albert that are using Baba. Baba should not allow himself, because it's his name on the court papers and one other member of their family. If Baba doesn't want them to use his name, or he's not at the forefront, his name will not appear on that document. So let's leave sentiment. It's what you've put in the court of law, and that is what it is, and nothing can take away that thing from the courts or even online, that the papers have been flying for how many days now. So our grandfathers, this precedence you're setting now is embarrassing, is insultive, is unheard of, is not healthy. Because the truth of the matter is, when you give birth to a child, you're not the God of that child. Yes, you've done so well. You've taken care. In these both cases, they took care of the sons as much as they could. As Herbert went to one of the best schools ever, Mohbad was not fortunate to be like that. He mostly grew on the streets, moving from one friend's house to the other, joining Malian record stuff and all of that. When he was thrown out of the house, he had to go and pet somewhere for some time because he couldn't go back to his father's house, before he eventually gathered money and rented a place where he started living as a married man, got married to his wife, and then had a son. My people, this life, as much as possible, just try. And to all of us who are alive, that waking up in the morning that you do to wake up to your shop to go and make money, that running around of chasing contracts, that buying and selling you're doing it to give yourself a comfortable life and to provide a comfortable life for yourself, your spouse, and your children. If you close your eyes tomorrow, if God decides to close your eyes and you're no longer alive, do you know those that are very close to you, your flesh and blood, that will fight your children over your hard-earned money?